Hey family, it's Alistair Edwards, your favorite independent Legal Shield associate. And today, what's my topic for you today? I want you to know what you have available on all of your legal plans, right? So our gonna today we're just gonna cover our basic plans. We want you to know what the basics legal plans are. There are three plans that I am going to go over with each of you because I want you to fully understand what's available to you and so you can figure out which plan best fits you and best fits your needs. So what are we going to go over today? We're going to go over our basic legal plans, right? So what do? We basically give you unlimited access to top rank attorneys nationwide. So at any time you have any question about anything, you have access to a top ranked law firm. And most people, because they can't afford two, three, $400 an hour, what do? They do it themselves, right? Never turns out the way it's supposed to. So we give you the access to a provider firm for an affordable monthly fee. So that way you're not alone. You can actually handle these situations when needed. So how does it work? So everything's available on an app. So with the ease of a mobile app, you can simply tap and contact your provider law firm. They can answer any personal questions that you have. They'll review contracts or documents for you. They'll even prepare your will, which is a very important document. And of course, the 24-hour emergency access, being able to call and talk to an attorney during an emergency situation. So how do you know which plan is right for you? Like I said, there are three plans. There's a basic, there's a preferred, and a premium. Each plan is designed to fit different needs and budgets, so you can choose which one's best for you and your family. All plans include 24-hour emergency access, meaning your Miranda rights. You got the right to remain silent, got the right to call an attorney. Guess what? You now have those plans readily available for you. So you'll have all of that readily available for you whenever you need that. Advice and consultations, being able to call in during regular business hours and get advice on anything that you have a question about legally is priceless, right? The average attorney is three, $400 an hour. Your plans start at $30 a month, $29.95 a month. They'll do contract and document review. Like, how many times have you all signed something that you ended up regretting signing, right? Cell phone contract, gym membership, timeshare, marriage certificate. I'm just messing. No, I'm dead ass serious. No, but anyway, anything that you are signing, you definitely want to make sure you have an attorney review that document for you, right? Letters and phone calls on your behalf. Imagine being able to get an attorney to write a letter or make a phone call for you without having to pay that an attorney by an hourly rate because your monthly fee already includes that, right? Imagine having traffic assistance, meaning if you get a speeding ticket or one of your kids get a speeding ticket, imagine having an attorney go to court for you without you having to personally appear. That's a feature that's available in the membership. Will preparation. Last love letter to your family. It's the most important thing. But not only that, people just think about the basic will, not thinking about the physician's directive, the living will, and a durable power of attorney. All things we'll go over in detail. And then, of course, we want to make sure that you have access to discounts. We have a members perks program that goes along with all three plans, meaning you'll have access to over 400 plus vendors to have access to some major discounts, discounts on hotels, discounts on travel, discounts on rent a car, discounts on movie tickets. I save between $60 to $600 a month just using the Legal Shield members perks. So let me kind of go through these plans real quickly for you. We're just going to do a comparison so that way you can choose which plan is best for you. The basic plan will cover the member and the member's spouse. The preferred plan, the plan that I personally recommend, will cover the member's spouse, and any dependent children up until the age of 26. So if it's just you, or you are let's say, just coming out of college, the basic plan might be all you need. If you are currently in a relationship or you are married and you have kids, then I recommend the preferred plan. And then the premium plan is if you now have what I would call a lot of assets on hand, an established kind of family, then the premium plan would be more your speed, right? Each plan gives you unlimited advice and consultation, meaning you can call into the law firm, ask as many questions as you want, and it does letters and phone calls. So if an attorney thinks that a letter or a phone call will make a difference for you, they'll write the letter, make the phone call for you, right? So when the engine blew on my car and the dealership wanted to charge me $8,000 to fix it, I called my law firm. I told them what my situation is. The attorney called me back. He asked me, Mr. Edwards, what's the make and the model? I told him. He says, hey, let me do some research. Let me call you back. He called me back 45 minutes later. He says, there's a recall on that model. He says, is it okay if I write a letter to their corporate office for you? Sure. He writes a letter. 7 days later, I get a call from the dealer. Mr. Edwards, we got some good news. Our corporate office just called. They're shipping us a brand new engine for your car. I should have it in about 3 or 4 days. Once I get it, we're going to properly install it. Once it's installed, you can come pick it up. The car is no billing to you because our corporate office is picking up the tab. Hey, that's a great letter to have written on your behalf. Well, these are the type of letters that they've written for me over the last 22 years, right? So, letters and phone calls written on your behalf. They're also going to do document review. Signing contracts is very important in this world. And here's the problem. Most of the times when we sign contracts, we're purchasing a car, we're refinancing a house, we're closing on an investment property, whatever it is, and the person across the table usually says to us, oh, it's just standard procedure. You don't have to read through it. It's just standard procedure, right? And then you go a couple pages and you see a whole bunch of fine print, but you initial and sign anyway because they told you it was what? Standard procedure. And in that fine print is the got you, the balloon payment on the back, the added fees, right? The things that are not covered. The fine print always gets you. Well, isn't it good to know that now that you're going to have a Legal Shield membership, any documents that you sign, you can sign it, send it over to the law firm, and have them read that fine print for you. The basic plan is going to review any contract up to 15 pages. The preferred plan is going to do 25-page documents. And the premium plan would do anything over 35, up to 35 pages, right? The preferred plan is why I recommend the preferred plan. The average contract is about 20 pages. So the preferred plan is the one that I personally recommend. They're also going to do your last will and testament. Now, a will is a very important document. It's the last love letter to your family. It's the document that says, God forbid, if something happens to me, here's what I want to happen, right? Here's where I want to have my assets. Here's where I want to take care of my kids. It's a very important document. The basic plan will cover one will prepared for you and one will prepared for the spouse, right? The preferred plan will do the exact same thing, but it also does annual updates, meaning as you have children, you want to update your will. As you buy investment properties or your status changes, you want to update your will. You get to update that will annually, both yours and your spouse, with no additional cost, right? That's included in your $37.95 a month on the preferred plan, $49 on the premium plan. The premium plan includes what we call a revocable living trust. Now, if you've ever talked to an attorney about getting a trust done, a couple $1,000. If you decide that a trust is something that you want to get done, I would recommend that you get the premium plan because they'll do that trust for you, including annual updates for a flat fee of $250, right? So that's something you definitely want to consider. Um, the premium plan will also do simplified probate and summary estate administration, meaning they're going to handle all the administrative needs of your probate situation. So you definitely want to make sure if that's something you want, the premium plan is what you want. Residential loan document services on the preferred and the premium plan. If you are closing on a residential property, just know that the law firm will prepare those documents for you, research those documents for you, review those documents for you at no additional cost. If you have a rental property or you are a renter, there's some tenant lease assistance with the preferred and the premium plan. And so you definitely, if you're in that position, those are the plans that I would recommend. If you are thinking about getting divorced, and I'm not highly recommending it, but I'm just saying if you are, and it's going to be uncontested, or firm do that for you on the preferred plan and the premium plan. Now they're going to have you wait 180 days. So if you sign up today, it's 180 days from now. They want to give you some time to kind of work it out, right? But if it doesn't work out in 180 days, you can call into the law firm, say, hey, I want to do an uncontested separation or an annulment or divorce, and they'll handle that for you. They'll also do uncontested minor adoption. Uh, so that's also included in there. Prenuptial or postnuptial agreements. So in the preferred plan, it's for the member only, so the primary only, right? If allowed in the state that you live in. So there are certain states that allow prenup or postnuptial agreements, and if that's the case, the law firm will provide that for you. And of course, uncontested name change, all three plans. So basic, premium, preferred premium, all uncontested name change are included in the membership. Traffic violations. Look, um, first, you shouldn't be getting any, no speeding, right? But God forbid, if you do get a moving violation, you got one person annually in state only, meaning in the state that you live, The basic plan will cover you with a speeding ticket representation for a flat fee of $79. The preferred plan will cover you nationwide. Two members, right? Meaning the member and the member's spouse, two representations for you at $79. Right? There's a 10-day waiting period. So it's not for those of you that say, oh, I got a speeding ticket, I should join now. No, it's get the membership. You've been a member for more than 10 days. You happen to get a speeding ticket or a moving violation, they go to court for you, right? And the premium plan will do three representations for you per person, right? It also is going to give you trial defense on the premium plan for any criminal charges. What do I mean by that? If you are involved in a situation where there is a death, for example, vehicular involuntary manslaughter, your entire trial defense is covered under the premium plan. The basic and the preferred plan would fall under what we call a discounted rate. They don't cover that. So you would definitely have to hire the attorneys to defend you. But if you had the premium plan, it would be fully covered, right? Driver's license reinstatement, one occurrence on the preferred plan, two occurrences on the premium plan. Trial defense, right? Trial defense simply says if you are ever sued in a civil lawsuit, you're going to get trial defense coverage. Now, each plan is different. The basic plan is going to start you off with 30 hours of trial defense. The premium plan, the preferred plan is going to start you off with 60, and the premium plan would start you off with 100 hours, meaning 100 hours of attorney's time already paid for you should you be sued civilly. If you ever get audited, the preferred and the premium plan give you access to tax attorneys to consult with and also represent you if you have to go in for audit. All plans are going to give you e-signatures. All plans are going to give you online notarizations. One per year with the basic, five per year with the preferred, and unlimited amount of online notarizations with the premium plan. And then, of course, all plans have the members' perks. That's where you have the discounts to over 400 plus vendors, 50% off at Men's Warehouse, 20% off at K&G, discounts on hotels, travels. Any of your cell phone companies are going to give you additional discounts for being a Legal Shield member. $6 for AMC tickets to movies. I save, like I said, between $60 to $600 a month just using those services. And then, of course, the 24-hour emergency access, your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to call your attorney. I had a lady call me once. She said, Mr. Edwards, I got to thank you. You came by our company. You sold us the benefit. She said, my son's 18. First one in our family ever to go off to college. His fourth week at school, he met some guys, decided to go to a party with him. And coming back from the party, the police pulled him over and the police searched the car. She said, my son had no idea the driver had a gun underneath the front seat. Needless to say, when the gun was found, all four kids are getting arrested. He's crying, can I please call my mom? The officer tells him no. He says, look, can I please call my attorney? She said, Mr. Edwards, my son said the officer actually chuckled. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. He was like, go ahead. Well, guess what? He did. He dialed. He was like, look, I don't know who you are. All I know is my mama said if I get in trouble, talk to you. He talked to the attorney. The attorney says, well, put me on the phone with the officer. The officer then comes back to the car and says, young man, look, when we get to the station, we're going to fingerprint, we're going to do a background check and check for warrants. And if everything comes back good, you'll be released tonight on what we call a verbal signature bond. He says, well, what about the other two kids? The driver admitted the gun was his. Driver admitted no one else had any knowledge of the gun being in the car. He says, that's fine and dandy, but I didn't speak to their attorney. Those other two kids that had nothing to do with the gun got arrested Saturday morning at 4 a.m. The judge who was assigned the case decides he doesn't want to hear it until Wednesday. Bond not available until Thursday. So they spent 4 days in general population because they didn't have access to an attorney. And the one child whose parents invested in this membership was able to go home free, right? That's the power of protecting your family. And that's the importance of why you need to sign up today for a Legal Shield membership. So I've gone over all three plans. You pick the one that's best for you and your family. The link is in the bio. So in the bio or in the chat, you'll see the link to where you can enroll, and you select the plan that's best for you, right? Everything I've gone over is covered under those fees. Anything I didn't go over is covered at a discounted rate. So any other legal things, right? A bankruptcy, a DUI, a criminal charge, you still have access to our top ranked law firms, and you're going to get them at a discounted rate. The basic plan will give you a 15% discount. The preferred plan will give you a 25% discount. And the premium plan also will give you a 25% discount. All right. So you all have been educated on our three plans. That's our basic, our preferred, and our premium. Make the choice that's best for you today. And I'll see you in our next video. All right. Take care.